I hired someone else to do my messaging, and that was a huge mistake. You are your only intellectual property because no one can copy you if you show up as you. If you show up as her, you don't know what it took her to get there, so you've skipped a lot of steps. Forget the negative Nancys, they don't matter.
No, they don't. On today's podcast, you are about to get to meet someone so incredible. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but I'll tell you, she is a client and become a friend of mine. Her name is Trish Ware. She has a couple 100,000 followers on Labor Nurse Mama, where she gets to help women have the birth that they want to have, and she's going to talk a little bit more about that too. But she has this other side of her business where she's coaching people who have other businesses direct to consumer, many in the health industry. She'll share a little bit more about that. But what's cool is she has such a story to share with you about her ads and her business, and she's so great at so many other things. So I felt like what a great opportunity for you to get to meet someone so incredible. So hello, Trish. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much. I love that introduction. That was great.
It was good, right? Okay.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the two sides of your businesses. I want to understand each of them and kind of why did you decide to start your business too?
Oh, okay. Yes. So Labor Nurse Mama was born from my love of birth. I've been a birth geek since my first birth. And my first birth, I was really young, and I walked into it being very like, yes, sir, and thinking that I had to do everything the doctor said. I took the class that the doctor said, and I just went in there with this like, I want them all to like me, and I want to have a great birth, but I did everything he said, and so that left me feeling like my birth happened to me. I didn't feel like I was a part of it. And I didn't feel like I was the queen of that birth.
Right.
And so after Ian, I started really learning as much as I could about birth. But I was so, like when I would go to see a friend who had a baby, I just loved being in the hospital. I loved it all. So I knew I wanted to be a labor nurse. And my labor nurse was amazing for my first three. So I became a labor nurse when I was pregnant. When I was really pregnant with baby number 5. And I remember I was so excited to become a labor nurse and help women have a birth that they love.
Yeah.
And I got in there and I realized there was a lot of coercion, a lot.
Yes, I experienced this.
Yeah, a lot of straight up being bullied. And so I did what I could at bedside. I'm a homeschool mom. I've homeschooled all 7. So I would teach them what I could at the bedside, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And they had a relationship with this doctor. So when the doctor came in, despite it not really being needed, they would just do what they were told because who wants to do something that might harm your baby? And they're being told it might harm their baby, which wasn't true sometimes.
Wow.
So I would leave my shifts just crying. Like I would sit in my car, I would cry. And I finally was like, okay, I have to do something. Mind you, this was in like 2017, 2018. Nobody was teaching on social media. No one was doing that. So I started a blog.
Wow.
And my very first month, I had like 35,000 blog views. And I was like, okay, they want to know.
They want this.
They want this. So my blog shot up. It, was amazing. We went to 100K views immediately, but it wasn't enough. And so in 2019, let's just get this out there. I'm not a social media user. I don't post what I'm doing all day. I didn't use it for anything but, at the time showing pictures.
Right.
And so in 2019, I decided I'm going all in. I'm going to treat this like a real business. I'm going to do it like a business. I have an entrepreneurial spirit anyway.
No.
Yeah. So I got very intentional. My content sucked. I look back now and I'm just like, this was the days of IGTV, which was that was practice for Reels because Reels didn't come out until 2021 maybe.
IGTV.
And so,
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, my IGTVs are jewels. Let me tell you, they were terrible. So I started in July of 2019, just really taking it seriously. And I went live. I didn't have anyone watching me but my mom.
As we do at the beginning.
Yeah. And my mom would be like, this is my beautiful daughter. And I'd be like, oh God. But I just keep doing it. And I always tell my own clients, that is your practice for when you do have people watching. Because if you can do it with your mom and your 23-year-old, you're good. So I just kept being very, very consistent. And I really learned, because there wasn't all these social media gurus that there are now.
Yeah.
that the key to social media is just being authentically you.
Yeah.
And showing up how you speak and how I would speak to a mom in the bed, in my room. So I just landed on that golden nugget and it just took off. And so in April of 2020, which couldn't have been better timing, I launched the birth course. Actually had a partner at the time. She was amazing. We ended up parting ways because there's just some things we saw differently, but we're great friends.
Yeah.
And it just took off. And then the rest is history.
It's history.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so awesome. You know, one of the things that I'm still working on is like just going on there and being like, it doesn't matter if someone disagrees with me on this, you know, because there's some things I'm like, is this where I share like what I really think? But I'm like, what if I offend someone? But now I'm like, I've got to figure out the balance of saying like, this is honestly how I feel. I feel like you're so good at that naturally.
Well, I learned it the hard. I mean, I will say that one thing I do really well is I don't approach really controversial topics on the outside.
Yes.
My students and my members know that I will talk to them about the choices I made for my own births and my children, but I don't talk to them. I don't get into that realm. And I know that realm can grow you, but I've grown with just being authentically me.
Right.
So, but
That's
I
really
would
good.
tell you, don't worry about that. Speak your truth, because when we were talking about this, I hired someone else to do my messaging, and that was a huge mistake because I brought in people that were attracted to her voice instead of my own voice. And so I always tell my clients, your vibe attracts your tribe.
That's right.
And if you are not authentically you, when they come into your community, they're going to be like, who is this? So forget the negative Nancy's. They don't matter.
No, they don't. And also, I'm not bashing copywriters because I've seen some incredible copywriters. But what I can say is if you let a copywriter develop your own messaging, you're just not going to stand out. Like only you can respond to like the specific questions to help you know who you're supposed to talk to. And I think people are looking at everybody else on the outside of themselves to give them their messaging. And like, there's some prompts that we can definitely help you develop your own messaging. Right?
That's the worst thing you can do. I tell my clients this as well. You are your only intellectual property because no one can copy you if you show up as you. If you show up as her, you don't know what it took her to get there. So you've skipped a lot of steps.
You did. That's why I've always, I'm sure you've thought this because I think we're humans, but you ever wonder, like, what if someone tried to teach what I teach? And
They
then
can't.
They can't. They can't go
No.
endure what you did from the bedside. They cannot do 10 years every day, all day in ads like this with these companies. They can never relive what we've lived.
Well, and they'll miss something that might be very important.
Right.
Like when I started my ads and I was getting all the grandpas and the men because I missed that one button.
That one thing.
Yeah.
That's right. You've got to tell everybody. So we have to go back for just a second.
Yeah.
And then when we have to go back even more, because I want to hear before we were met, like your experience with ads and stuff. So I want to talk about that. But there was this one moment where I think Trish was a little frustrated because she was like, my ads just aren't going to the right person.
Oh no, I was having like 5,000 landing page views a day and no conversions, which is, I have really good organic conversions.
Yes, she knows.
So I was like, what is happening?
She knew at least from a baseline. Trish was like, I know on average if I can get this many people. And like, I think you even said in one of your voice memos, which was realistic, which I appreciated because some people are unrealistic sometimes.
I don't roll like that.
Yeah. You were like, even if it was half as bad, it's still way worse than that. And I was like, okay, well, I told her, I was like, my brain is like targeting. And I was like, did you do it right? She's like, I think so. And I was like, okay, well, let's look at it. And then we accidentally saw just one setting, one button can really change things. And we saw you were sending birth ads to men.
What's really frustrating to me is like, why are you clicking on my ad and going to my landing page when it clearly
like,
says,
she's pretty, what she got
I'm
going
like,
on.
no, this is not okay. But that was really maddening because I usually have like a 20 to 30% conversion on the landing page.
Right.
So,
and we weren't getting that.
And it was like less than 2.
Yeah. That was my favorite thing Trish said. She was like, wait, why are they clicking?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't tell you that.
Yeah, I
but
don't
what
get
I can
it.
say is they are not the right people.
I don't get it. But that, and also what I love about the ads is that we also have to adjust to what's happening.
Yeah.
So when I first started, people wanted to watch webinars, which I don't call them that. I call them workshops for my people.
Yeah.
But now they don't. They don't want to. They want to do something like you and I both do, challenges. They want
I think
to
it's
do
still
short.
live. Like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I
it's
think
live.
webinars like the pre-record. And I will tell you, actually, this is something I've been meaning to talk to you about. There's like two someones in the program that actually have 7-figure, like pre-recorded things going on.
Yeah.
And I think, and I feel like what they found is when they test that against being live, it performs better live.
Which is always the case.
Right.
But I don't know if they're direct to consumer or not.
They 1 and 2, they both are actually.
Okay, so I think with pregnant women in particular, when I started, it was COVID and they couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so it's just a different audience. It really is. Because I do
true.
find with my coaching, they do they do okay with recorded.
Right.
But labor nurse mama, they want my nurturing during that life.
Makes sense,
and
honestly.
recognizing them and, seeing them. So,
Yeah, it's that personal connection, and it's like the touch point with you. That makes complete sense. I think, and that's something. Even there's someone else who actually does ads. We've been talking in the DMs recently. She's like, "How's your challenge going?" And I'm like, "It's going really, really well. It's a lot of work." She's like, "Yes, I see the allotness," and I'm like, "Yes," and because you just did a challenge, you're like, "Yes, there's a lot."
See, I don't feel I feel like we can make it a lotness, but we can also make it simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
and anything that you do anything you get ready for the first time is a lot.
Yeah.
Like I think you felt like your ads were a lot at the beginning. I think you said that.
Well, yeah, because it's the one part of my business that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake because I know all the things. And so when I hired out, I had great people at different times, and we've always gotten really good on the free stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever nailed the open cart. And I think that's what's different. But I couldn't see a mistake, or I couldn't see where, and I handed it all to them. That was the other mistake.
Yeah, just like this.
Yeah, which included my messaging.
Oh yeah.
And included the
Copy.
graphics, which is my magic sauce. So
Right.
I think
You're
that's
really good at your
So that
static.
was wrong of me, and I overcomplicated that part of
Yeah.
it. The settings, I won't lie, my brain doesn't work well with all of the tech
But you're
stuff.
doing good with it now.
But the graphics and the messaging, I know. I don't
Yeah.
need someone else to teach me, but I just needed to see, oh wow, you're overcomplicating this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. So you had hired like some agency or a freelancer or a mix of both in the
So
past?
I've done both, and I had the nightmare. Do you remember my nightmare?
Remind me. I'm sure I'll remember it.
So my guy that I loved, and he loved my business, and he knew my business, and we worked together. He offered a different level when I came back to him, and so he outsourced me. And it cost me about $50,000
Oh my God.
because the guy had my ads upside down. My ads were going to the wrong landing page. And the only reason I knew it because I wasn't checking it, and I didn't know what to look for, not to look for, and I don't use social media. So I don't get targeted my own ads. And so my team was seeing them, and they were like, what in the actual is this? And then all of my open cart was going to the registration page for the challenge.
Oh.
So I spent a lot on ads, but I also lost all those sales that we know normally comes in. And that really affected the rest of the challenges coming, because for my challenges, they come in the first and second trimester, but they don't buy until the next challenge or the next challenge. So I lost a lot of momentum.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's hard. Mm-hmm. So take me from the place of like going from how that happened to being a little bit hesitant. Because I think realistically, you were cautious before we decided to work together.
Well, here's the thing. My husband, who is like my mindset coach, and he also has a business.
Steve?
Mm-hmm. Steve, yeah. He has we have known, and for anybody listening right now, I have over 400,000 followers. I have like close to probably 600,000 or 700,000 in all the places. I've done that mostly organically. Wow. Ads is the only way you can scale your business, period, to a level that doesn't require you. And so we have known that, but because I've had such nightmares, I'm like sick to spend the money and lose the money. So we have known that, number one, when that whole thing happened, Steve was like, you can't just not oversee what's going on. And I was like, I don't understand it to oversee it.
Yeah.
And so we knew ads was the thing. And I don't want to be the one running them forever. I want to train Darby or someone else on my team. but I knew that was the thing. So
Yeah.
when I started seeing your ads, because you targeted me perfectly, I was like, okay, this is the next step. And I think what I appreciate about you is that, and I feel like I do the same with my coaching. I'm not promising this one magic thing and you're gonna, all the people who say you can make it like a Canva template and make 10K a month next month they're lying to you. That is not the truth. This is a lot of freaking work.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Preach.
It's so much work. And they're really doing a lot of men, I only work with women, but they're doing a lot of people disservice because what it takes in this business is consistency and never giving up.
Yep.
Then you will win. But and I like that with you, you're not like, oh yeah, come in and you're going to triple your income next month. You're like, this is going to be work. And it's a lot of tweaking.
Dude, you're paying me for me to tell you what work you should do.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I'm really paying you so you can look at the back end in this tech.
Yes.
Because I don't understand it. But
you have gotten better.
I've gotten better. I haven't mastered Google. I'm really trying to master Meta because that is.
And then we'll keep shifting more to Google.
Yeah.
But you're making progress in both.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think that I specifically, intentionally always say what I can't do is guarantee XYZ result. But I have I seen 6-figure months in the first month? Yes. Have I seen a sale in the first week? Yes. First day? Yes. But I can't guarantee that. But the reason I really wanted to work with you specifically there were many reasons. I could tell the moment I got into your Instagram profile, I'm like, she is just who she is, and I love her so much for that. So that's thing number one. Thing number two, you were very direct and honest. Like there was no I didn't have to wonder where you were at. You're like, here's where
no, that's so true.
and I
about me.
appreciate
Yes.
that very much. And then three, you had already obviously done such hard work for so long to build the audience and the credibility that you had. When someone has something that I know that people want and they've grown that audience and they've done the work, I'm like, man, we really can take you from where you are to just like quicker with ads. So when you said that a minute ago, of course, I'm like, thank God, like someone else sees this too, but it really is. Like you can get to this point, but if you really want to do it without your business, just rin some ads. And I just knew that if we could figure it out together, that you would see incredible results. I just wanted to remind you really quickly that if you haven't joined the Win with Paid Ads Challenge, the doors are closing soon. And just as a refresher, this is 5 days of you and or someone on your team learning my 5-part strategy to scale your paid ads. So day 1 is messaging, which is what you say and how you say it. Day 2 is setting, which is all the different places you can place your ads. Think Google ads versus YouTube, Meta, or TikTok. Day 3 is targeting, which is how you can get in front of your exact right person. Day 4 is testing, so you can know what to test and how to improve your ads. And day 5 is scaling and profiting and how you can 10x whatever you're spending on your ads now so that you can have more profit and return and impact, which is ultimately what you want, right? So click the link below and I cannot wait to see you in the Win with Paid Ads Challenge.
Yeah, and I think it's just understanding that the real magic in any of us is yourself and what you're willing to put into it.
Yes.
So I was willing to speed through your courses, go through them again, and put all the work in because I want to automate. I have everything else automated.
You do.
So I don't want to, like Veronica was asking me how often we post. We post like 7 to 10 times a day on all the platforms on Labor Nurse Mama. That's exhausting. A lot of it is repurposed. We have things that set that up. But I mean, I've had to have a lot of come to Jesus talks with my husband and my family because my face is in my phone way too much. So that's what I feel like ads is also going to give me is freedom.
Yeah. A lot of times, and I think you said this, but it's true of me too. I will be doing a million things. I will go on and I will record a 30-second story and then I put my phone down. Like people will ask me, well, what's so-and-so doing? I'm like, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I hand the content to Veronica. She makes it magical. I will go take a 30-second story or a 60-second story and do that. But I'm actually just not sitting there scrolling.
Yeah.
I got work to do.
Yeah. Well, in a lot of my stories, I pre-record and have them ready to go so that if I'm not feeling magical or good one day, I have a good video.
This is why we like the batch day,
Yeah.
because if you're in, I said this yesterday on the call and someone sent me a message and said, thank you for this. So I just wanted to share this. I feel like you do this already, but if you're listening, someone said, you gave me confidence that I don't have to record when I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, no, definitely don't do an ad when you're in a bad mood. Because if you're ill and irritable, you don't realize it. But when someone's watching, they're like, I'm not appealed to this.
Yeah.
You can't be fake.
Well, but you can use that as content too, because I've done that on Labor Nurse Mama where I'm having a really terrible day. I'm really upset. And I'll be like, you guys, I'm not feeling it today. I've had the worst day. My kids aren't listening to me, but I love y'all. And here's what's going on. So use that authentically as well, because that also allows other women to be like, oh, she's
human.
not super happy and looking good all the time, you know? So,
Yeah.
but I do believe your energy, like that's part of my mastermind is your identity and your energy, and people can feel it,
Oh yeah.
and that can really harm you.
Yeah.
So
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I keep saying that you can transfer what you have, but you can't transfer what you don't have. So you can transfer that excitement and that energy easily to an ad, that confidence. If you don't have confidence, you can't transfer that.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's some days, like at the end of our batch day last week, at the end, I was like, I'm done. I have nothing left in my tank.
Yeah.
If I record something, people are going to be like, what is she stressed out about? So sometimes you just got to call a spade. But I do agree. Just like telling people where you're at. I think that's fair
And
too.
it also goes back to, this is what I tell, so this is my thing that I teach when I teach selling, is that if I am binge watching a show, or like this perfume I'm wearing right now, I talk about this all the time. I found this because the lady who was dyeing my eyebrows smelled amazing, and she genuinely was like, oh my God, this perfume. It wasn't like, let me tell you about this perfume. It was like, oh, this perfume. And every time I talk about it, everybody wants to know the name of it because I love it so much. You have to feel that way about what you're doing and your offer.
Right.
That's how you show up with the right energy.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you don't, you need to go back and figure out what your offer is that you don't love or believe in.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Like it should be so good. I mean, you've watched me today. Every time I'm like, here's the challenge. Here's what you do. Because it's a gift.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited about what I sell. Like you're excited
serving
about
them.
I am selling and serving. And so I think a lot of people, even with their ads, they're bringing some of that reservation of feeling bad for selling when it's an ad. And I'm like, does what you do
No, I
help
don't feel
people or
that bad.
hurt them?
Yeah.
That's why that's freaking why your ads work so well. Cause Trish is like, you need to buy this, and this is exactly why. You need to cut. Trish will be like, get in the challenge. Get in it.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? And I'm like, that's that conviction that people are like, okay, all right, my goodness, I guess I need to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just don't try to overproduce it. Just be you and be genuine. I know 100% I have the best birth class ever. Even though my clients who might listen, who also have birth classes, yours are awesome. But I know I believe in my birth class so much, and I believe in my coaching. There is no one else like me for these, especially for women who are selling to moms.
Yep.
It is a different breed, selling to a mom. They don't care about all the other hoopla. They need genuine connection. They need to know, what is this? How is this going to help my life? They don't want to hear all the jargon.
No. Nope. They just want you to share about it like you would that perfume.
Yeah. But like when I was finding you, I want to hear the jargon. I want to know the stuff.
Yeah.
I want to know the steps. I want to know that. That's not the same when you're selling to a mom, especially a vulnerable, she's pregnant or postpartum.
Yeah. Especially when your hormones are wild.
Yeah, out of whack.
All right, Trish. So let's talk about, I want to hear the two sides of ads. So I want to hear your favorite like win from the coaching side, your favorite win from Labor Nurse Mama, because we've had wins on both now.
Yeah.
I was like, this timing has worked out really well.
Yeah.
I want to hear your ad wins. And then I want to hear out of learning it, like what has been the hardest thing for you? I know you kind of said tech stuff, which can still be your answer, but I'm curious, like what was your like most challenging thing as you began to learn it yourself? But let's start with the wins.
So I was writing down some of my numbers last night. Even though I tell my clients, know your numbers, I don't always know my numbers in all the areas.
Yeah.
But I was looking at our cart for Labor Nurse Mama, because we do a challenge. We've been doing the same challenge, 5-day challenge, Fearless Birth Experience, since 2022.
Okay.
We do it every 8 to 10 weeks. So I have a lot of data.
That's good.
Yeah. So the registrations, which Facebook did this whole thing with me, and they gave me a huge budget to do DMs.
Right, I remember.
And it screwed everything up.
Yeah.
Like it was not worth the money.
Yep.
Because my normal registrations, we have like a huge results.
Yeah.
But the cart was much different. Like I looked back, and all the people doing my open cart before always did it for traffic. They did it differently than what you teach. Yeah. And so the first time I did it with your method, I had like a 5.8 ROAS.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I had I think I spent like 2,000 and had like 55 sales.
Wow.
And then this last time it was down some, but it's also for my challenges, it depends on the time of year, and more people have babies during the summer than the spring.
Totally.
So I expected it would be down some, but I still had like a 3
That's
ROAS.
awesome.
Yeah. So
compared
Yeah.
to less than 3 on average.
I don't know
before.
exactly what it was because they didn't do it the same way. So it's hard to
Yeah.
And also attendance is down compared to what it was then.
Yeah.
But I still have a really good return
Yeah.
on it. So
That's awesome. So that's labor nurse mama.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go with our 5.8 to 1 return. So just like we talked about in a recent episode, what Trish is saying is for every dollar she spends, how many does she get back? So almost a 6 for that side of the business is a good win.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, okay, let's talk about the coaching thing because things have been wild.
Yeah.
this
So
past
the
week.
coaching, a couple things.
Okay.
I just decided I was just going to go in hard like I do with Labor Nurse Mama. For the coaching, I've been really fortunate because people just know me as Labor Nurse Mama, so they come to me to coach them.
Right.
So
this is a big deal. This part.
So I definitely wanted to expand outside of the people who follow me or know me. And so I started the coaching ads. Now, I do think that I did something wrong because I was having signups and it had to be coming from the ads.
Yeah.
But I also went hard. I started sending like an email every day to my subscribers
right.
as well. So I was doing it well-rounded.
That's good.
I know one of the ladies who signed up for the mastermind definitely came from the ads because I could see that in Go High Level.
Is amazing. And just so y'all know, it's a 5-figure investment. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I did the ads. I'm trying to remember now. I think I spent less than $2,000 altogether on the prospecting and the retargeting. And I had 2 sign up for 5 figures. And then I have 2 more interviews this week because I interview to make sure they fit.
That's so smart of you. Okay, so if we do even basic math, I'm just going to round for y'all, but if she spent $2,000 and she got 2 masterminds at a 5-figure investment, let's just pretend it's 10. It's actually higher than that, but let's just pretend that's $20,000 in revenue from $2,000 in ads, which is a 10 to 1 return. And this is the first one we've done the challenge in this way. Right?
I've never done anything like
this
this for
is the
coaching.
Okay, good. So this is that's the other thing is this is a completely new method that she's done. So it was new ads, it was new landing page, it was new I mean, it was her messaging, but it was presented in a new way. Like it was so much newness, and she got a 10 to 1 return. And one of those for sure net new from the ads. And also there's revenue for the people that sign up. I know it wasn't at like
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It was like 7,000.
Yeah. So like we forget.
Something like that. I think that's right. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe it was like 4,000.
But what matters is that if the actual signups for the thing outweigh what you're spending in the beginning, then that's why next time we should just spend 20,000, then you'll get 40,000 in ticket sales, and then you'll get 100,000 in revenue. Like that's so possible. You know that, right?
I do.
It is.
It still makes me a little sick, a little nervous, but yeah.
But yeah, that's like what gets me so excited. And that now you have this method to do it. So it just gets me pumped.
Yeah.
All right. What's your most challenging thing that you're like, hey, this was a part that I struggled with initially with the ads thing?
So I think with Labor Nurse Mama, let's think, probably I definitely struggle with spending more than my nervous system wants me to spend.
I've noticed that a little bit.
I think it's just PTSD from before. Because when I finally was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And then I lost all that money. So that for sure. But I would say with the coaching was dialing it. So what I taught during the sales challenge is you have to be speaking to her. Yeah. Like, who is she? And usually it's you.
Yeah.
And so with
your pain, they say your medicine is from your pain.
Yeah.
Like how you help people is from where you were.
Yeah. And I think I was resisting because you really have to niche down and talk to who you can work with or who you want to. You get to decide who you want to work with.
That's true.
And so I finally went to my boyfriend chat and I was like, look at this and tell me, am I speaking to my person? And so we worked together and I finally just said, screw it. And I put motherhood, parenting, wellness on my landing page. And all of my ads, I really dialed into like, you're a birth worker, you're passionate about birth, but you can't figure out the business or what have you. And everyone that came in was like dialed in.
I think that is the smartest thing. And it's so hard for people to do that, Trish. Like,
you resist it.
Yeah, you resist it because you're like, but I could help all these people.
Yeah.
But the moment that you're that specific, it's just like they feel safer.
Yeah.
Their nervous system's good. They're like, okay,
yeah.
this is exactly my industry. So I think it was really, really smart. And that's why I'm not surprised that it works well. The other person you just asked, you said that I told you has a good business. One of the things she does is she works with teachers.
Yeah.
So it's like, everything she does is just teachers. And I'm like, this is so smart.
Well, it's funny because I know this, and this is what I teach my clients, but I was for some reason resisting it because I know that I can help other people that are direct to consumers. And so I finally was like, Trish, you're about to teach all this and you're not even doing it with this business. I do it with Labor Nurse Mama.
Right. You do very well.
But I was like, okay, forget it. So I just dialed it in and went really, I always, the Bible says the road is narrow, right? Well, the road for growth is also narrow. And the people, your brain says, oh, but if I only speak, I'm going to lose all this money, but really you make more.
You do. It's
and the proof is in the pudding. I had like 10 discovery calls this last couple of weeks because of that. Yeah.
And those people will buy later if they don't buy now.
I think so. I mean, I know several of them. The timing's just not right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So good. Well, if y'all can't tell, Trish and I could talk for a long time because we both love what we do so much and we're so convicted by it. And if anything, I feel like it's a lesson of saying, oh, those two people, their businesses are doing well with ads. It's because of the conviction that we both have for what we do so much.
Yeah, because we love it. Genuinely love it, and people know that. And
people, and if you're listening, people want to work with you because you love it. And if you don't love what you're doing, then that can be like your redirection. Like figure out what you do. Where does your experience and your passion and conviction, like where do those like where do those?
Your zone of genius. Yeah. That's what I say. Where does it meet as your zone of genius?
Yeah.
And you are the thing. You are the thing they're buying. They're not buying the thing you made. They're buying you.
They're buying you. That's so they buy you. And something else I say often is people say, I'm really trusting you, Ashley. I'm investing in you. I was like, don't do that. Invest in you through my method.
Yeah.
Like use my method, but it really is you. And every person that's working with you, like they're investing in themselves because like you can't go have the birth for them.
Yeah.
You can't go change their business for them. You can give them your method that has worked so well and then they can apply it.
Yeah. And I can't give them my energy and hustle. They have to find their own.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. Okay, Trish, any last thoughts about ads, about your business, about coaching, any other advice you want to give people?
Well, I would say that if you want to learn ads, I really appreciate coming into your mastermind because courses just don't do it alone. You need that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that is what I learned the most about growing Labor Nurse Mama and why I started coaching is that I probably spent like $150K on all the coaches and the courses and all the times I got targeted by ads and I would buy things. And a lot of the courses, I mean, they say only 2% of people finish courses, right? So I think that is the magic about what you're offering is that you're giving the hand holding. And even though you are stern at times with saying, do it your damn self. So
it's true.
It's true. You need to learn. But yeah, so I think that's what I would say is like, I don't think you can learn ads on your own.
Like DIY.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's having a method and having someone there to support you. And you're right, Trish, one of the hardest things that for me, just so you know, is like actually not giving someone the answer.
Yeah, I don't like that all the time.
And it's like despite how badly sometimes I know I have the answer, like just asking a question back forces people to think. And one of the things I want people to walk away with when they work with me, whether it's in the challenge, whether it's in any of the programs, is I actually want to teach you how to think because that is way more powerful than me doing it for you. Like after paying over 6 figures for my coaches, I now know when I have a question, like I actually know what they're going to say. And like just learning how they think has helped me think, which has helped me be more profitable.
Yeah, because that's what it is with coaching. You're bringing out in that person what you know is there so that they can do the thing, whatever the thing is.
Yeah, it's not do this for me. It's like show me how to think and how to behave so that I can be successful because, someone this morning, I was saying, hey, your year's coming up. Like, do you think you're going to renew or not? And she was like, I don't. And I'm not going to renew. And it's because like, I feel really good.
Yeah.
Like I got this.
Darn that. Right.
I know.
Yes,
and I'm like,
catch-22.
It is. I'm like, that is exactly why I created this program. So you don't have to be in here forever. Now, so for some people, I'm like, you need to stay because you're getting clients left and right. Like the maths for you. There's sometimes where I'm like, that's the whole point. Be a bird, fly away. You got the method. You did it. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like that, that's the goal. So anyway, I am excited to just keep getting to work with you. I'm so thankful that I get to like working with you has been just wonderful. I just feel honored to be in your presence and everybody loves you. Everybody's like, I love Trish. I'm like, I know she's the best. So, for those of you that want to get connected with Trish, can you tell them just your Instagram one more time for both?
Yeah. So if you're pregnant or you're postpartum, I have the membership and the classes for you. That's Labor Nurse Mama on all the platforms.
Labor Nurse Mama.
And then for anyone that just wants to learn how to sell and build an offer and launch, that's my jam. And messaging, obviously.
If you can't
and
tell.
that's Trish Ware Coaching. I think, my socials, I am Trish Ware.
I am Trish Ware, and we'll link to it below this YouTube or podcast if you're driving. So just like it did with Trish, it can really start with you learning how to win with paid ads, which is why the challenge was created. So click the link below this video. I would love to see you there. Go follow Trish. She's absolutely incredible, inspirational, and you can see her winning with your ads. And actually, if you go follow her right now, you'll probably start getting some ads, which will be really cool. You'll get to see her applying it.
And our new podcast.
And her new podcast, which that's right.
Yeah.
So many like good things that Trish is bringing to the world. And it is just like an honor that I get to work with women as incredible as her, men and women, but women as incredible as Trish. So click the link below this video. And otherwise, we will see you on the next episode.